Hey there. Happy Sunday, all. I missed you. And I hope you've had a great weekend and you're already off to planning a great week up ahead. Um, as for me, I'm not going to lie, it's be quite the busy one. Um, my plans continue to keep going. Maybe we will find time to stream on Tuesday, possibly. We'll see what that looks like. I'm definitely trying to find something before I take off for a week. But don't worry about the uploads. I'm hoping to get some videos pre-recorded for you guys and put them on the schedule. That way you guys don't have to worry about missing out on anything. That's one of the cool things about Animal Crossing. You just kind of set the date up ahead and everything will be taken well care of. And yeah, it'll be pretty fantastic when I get back. And hopefully at that point in time, the schedule will be relatively back tame. Obviously, we got a lot of holidays coming up as well, but I feel like this will be a lot more manageable than all the busyness and blurriness that are going on currently. But happy Sunday, guys. It's the end or beginning of a week, depending on how you look at things, and I'm trying to get back to basics with how things work overall, like what our priorities are. Definitely, if I can prioritize on some better things, I can also be a lot more useful overall in how I go about the channel, trying to make sure that we got some good messages going on. And what I've decided to do, because I always have a hard time figuring out what I want to talk about, is instead of talking about one specific verse every single weekend, I want to talk about one verse in specific for the rest of the year, pretty much, because there's 9 to discuss, and that is the verse in Galatians that refers to the fruits of the Spirit. Basically, they're 9 wonderful fruits that basically are the makeup of a person who is, I guess best way to put it is just somebody who's has an ideal character or moral compass, if you will. And today, the fruit that we're going to discuss is love. Love, best way to describe it, it's the selfless, sacrificial care for others, sort of a reflection of God's love. And basically, best way to describe it is you want to treat others like it takes a kind of a self-acknowledgement that, hey, wow, God has been good to me, and seeing how all the different ways that he has done so, and then trying to pass that to others, if that makes sense for you. I knew I hadn't caught one of these yet. It's a damselfly. I love them. They're so cute. But trying to basically, your cup overfloweth, and you wish to give, to pour a little bit of that long-lasting, ever-present love that's in your life into the lives of the people around you. It's a hard one to say, because love isn't just love. It's not just a singular thing. It's a multitude of different types of love, because how much do you love yourself? How much do you love others? How much do you know that you are being loved? How much do you feel like you can show other people's love? It's just it's like a big full circle kind of thing to take into consideration. And swap it. Oh man, I might be in a bad spot, guys. Yeah, I'm in a really bad spot. Oh man, I didn't realize my pockets were full. We just have to bury it back down, and now we got a tree for 1,000 bells, or I guess it'll be 3,000 in a couple days. That stinks. We should have been paying better attention. And by we, I mean me. I should have been paying better attention. We're gonna pop this balloon. We can't really do anything with it too. Ah well. It's a good day to make a lot of money though. Bells, if you will. Let's go sell our pockets real quick. And yeah. So basically, it's an acknowledgement of what you are receiving, and finding a way to give it to others. And yeah, it's kind of difficult, and there's lots of verses that are written in the scripture regarding love because it's a very deep and often difficult subject to fully grasp and comprehend because like the main thing we're talking about is the selfless sacrificialness of it. It's being able to say, I will give even when I know that I might not get. That's the rough part of it all. And I mean, who can really do that? Like, there are a lot of people who can, but it can be a tough one to go. Like how can you give to somebody knowing full well that there's a possibility that they will give you nothing in return? And is will you deem it as something worthwhile? Not everybody might feel that way. Some people might be like, no, man, there's no way I can possibly do this unless I know that like somebody is going to like give me back in return. And that's where love gets difficult. That's where love gets complicated. It's being able to do that, knowing full well that you might not be able to get your own peace as well. But yeah, just like I'm sorry. Sometimes I just blank out and it's like it's a long pause because I'm thinking about exactly what I'm saying. There's one thing I the opposite of love is hate. You might say there's one thing that I absolutely hate. It's when I find myself what's the best way to put it, like just completely lost in what I'm saying. I like to be certain of what I'm saying. Do I have 3 apples? Or okay, I do have all the apples. But I just want to make sure that I'm actually saying exactly what I'm trying to say and not, lost or confused or misrepresenting what I'm trying to say. We should probably take these apples and like pears and whatnot, like all these trees, and like reorganize them, like make an orchard if we could. Probably be the smart thing. That's what we need to do. We need to figure out where we want to put these all these different trees. That way we can make it a lot easier to navigate them and shake them all down and sell their fruits whenever we need them to. I don't know how many is the proper amount of trees to have, but I do definitely enjoy the idea that we call them fruits. We got the fruit trees. But yeah, you guys, let me know, like what is love to you? I think different people have different interpretations of love. I think that's kind of where a lot of people have difficult times in relationships, where somebody's love may not necessarily match up as well with somebody else's sense of love, if that makes sense. There's oftentimes, it's when you hear when like couples argue or bicker and they say like if you really loved me, you would insert, selfless act here. But sometimes, they overlook the fact that they themselves are not actually expressing love the way that they think that they are trying to express love, and it can create like this kind of weird duality of it, where it's like, well, if you love me, you would do this thing, but then they themselves are not doing the thing. That can be a bit rough, but truly, what love is it's not trying to call somebody out, it's trying to define or impose your definition of love on somebody else, but rather it's understanding that love can be one-sided. In fact, love oftentimes is one-sided. If you're in love, then that's typically the two-sided version. But if you just love somebody, it'll be one-sided. Kind of like think like a parent, how a parent loves their kid. Do you think that your kid is ever going to be able to fully reciprocate that love in a way that provides as much sacrifice as you as the parent did? I think we're being realistic when we say this. The answer is probably, the simple answer is probably no, they won't. Let's see who we got in the tent today. Drum roll, it's a cat. It's an elephant. Hey, Opal, how's it going? Great, great. Nice to see you. We actually saw her on an island, so it's kind of strange that she shows up here, but is what it is. Don't love her, but she's pretty cool. But moving on to what we were bibbling and babbling about. Yeah, love can be kind of a one-sided thing. It's like, oftentimes is when it comes to like being like loving somebody. I don't think my kid is ever going to, you know, pay me back the way that I, I'm going to invest into them. But does that mean I am less inclined to give to them? No, not by a long shot. I will still continue to express my love by making any necessary sacrifices that one needs to in order to express said love, and that's just kind of how it goes. Also, you look at like couples at times where it's like, it can be frustrating for a young couple because one can feel like, I mean, I love you so much, but I just don't feel like you love me the same because I'm willing to give this, this, and that, and you're just taking from me. You don't give anything in return. Now, again, going back to what I was saying, that's not really, love by my standards. That's demanding that you be in love, but I would say that that is necessarily loving somebody. Loving is, again, it's that's selfless sacrifice. It's, I'm going to give you my absolute best. Do you deserve it? Well, the only qualifying factor for whether or not somebody deserves uh, this like love, in my personal opinion, is, well, do you care about them? Like, like, how do I word it? Biblically speaking, one could make the argue that nobody is really like deserving of the love, but it is through the sacrifice that we find ourselves being loved, if that makes any sense. And so the idea that it's not by anything that you earn. It's just something that they care for. As the children, you will be cared for in such a way. It's like, oh, man, I'm really like lost. Man, that bug did not love living. That's for sure. He just jumped. He's gone. He's in the water. He's, whew. That I almost feel bad that what happened to that bug. Yeah. So love can be kind of like that. It can be a little bit complicated at times, but overall, I'd say that it can be a little bit difficult to grasp at times. But like for me, like the whole thing, like loving somebody, you can love them very deeply and true, but you do so with the understanding that they may not love you back. Like, oh, there you go. Like you think about like um the hopeless lover, the kind of person who's just like, yeah, like I care so deeply about this person, but they don't care about me in return. And it's like, well, maybe they do, but like maybe they're just not it's not like that deep of a love or being in love. And it's just like you love your friends. Like you're not going to be in love with your friend, right? But you do love your friend. You're going to be willing to make sacrifices on their behalf. If like you have a friend who they're just like, oh man, it's just like so hard, like because whatever, and they just like really wish that they had somebody like there to like hang out with them and take care of them and like be cool and like, I mean, bro, I got you, don't worry about it. Like I get it, we go through hard times, and there's nobody should go through these things alone. Because I love you as my friend, then yeah, bro, I got your back, don't worry about it. And then there's like you're not in love with them. Maybe you are. Maybe I'd say likely you're probably not, but like maybe you are. I mean, friends can be weird, and that's what makes friendship so difficult. Because friends can just be outright weird at times. Like maybe like, yeah, we're cool, like we're good friends, right? And then the next thing you know, you just have that random friend who's like, I love you, and you're like, oh, like we've all been in that situation, right? Well, not all of us. Some of the older people in the audience, they can attest to this. Younger folk, please listen. Sometimes you can be in a situation with somebody and they be like, I love you. And you're like on the fence as to whether or not you should say it back. Because you think it's pretty evident that they are like on a different wavelength than what you are on. They say, I love you. And you know that if you say it back, you're opening up a whole can of worms that you personally are not ready for. You do not want to deal with this. And you feel like the way they're using the word love and the way you use the word love are two entirely different scenarios. And if you say it back, you're basically just like you're walking into the lion's den. It's going to be a rough relationship, and by that I mean you're probably not going to be friends much longer. And it can be tough. Like I said, like I think we've all gone through that. I had a friend of mine a long while back, um, and I felt like there was like it sucks to say like, oh, it's like a one-sided relationship, but like, it is a one-sided relationship when somebody decides they love you and you are like, I don't love them, and it's like, oh, why are you so vicious, like not loving them? And say like, oh bro, it's not that I'm not evil, I'm not malicious for not loving them. I do care deeply about them. I could say that I love them. The question is, am I creating a level of pressure that our relationship does not need by confessing such a strong feeling? Because oftentimes there are people who are going to confuse being in love and loving somebody um, with each other, and it's just kind of like, you know, they're not the same thing, and it's unfair to use them as though they're interchangeable. Because, like, I love my dog. My dog my dogs. They're sweet dogs. I love them very much. Am I in love with my dogs? No, that's a really weird thing to say. Like there's no pursuit of a deeper relationship or understanding with my dogs. I've pretty much come to grips with the fact that my dogs are dogs, and there's nothing overtly special about them. Now, I'm in love with my wife. She and I were partners, and we complement each other in a sense of how well we work together, and that is a much more reasonable way of going about it, and like trying to understand the concept of like what it means to love something and be in love with something. And yeah, did we hit this rock? I don't know if we hit this rock. No, yeah, we hit this rock. It's the other rock we haven't hit. But anyway, enough with the lovey-dovey, guys. I love you guys. I hope you know that I'm not in love. We're not on that level yet, guys. Chill, please. But let's talk about what we got going on the island, right? So if there's ever a time to love people, it's going to be through November. I call it Familial Month. It's time to um, get to know each other on a much more personal level. Not like that though. I'm talking about like, I want to be able to share like, my wants, my needs, my not my needs, my wants, my interests, things that I like with you guys, things that I love with you guys, and I want to hear like you're into. Just try to get to a point where we can say like, hey, I know Atlashine and Atlashine knows me, and we just kind of got that cool friendship going on. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I work towards throughout this month. The Sunday episodes are still going to be dedicated to these fruits of the spirit that we're working on right here, but the normal episodes throughout the week are going to be dedicated towards each one will be a little topic. Maybe like, what's your favorite cereal or soda or Saturday morning TV show, or do you even wake up on Saturday mornings? Stuff like that. Get to know each other on a little bit more of a personable level. Not personal, but personable. Um, you know, just be able to share a little bit more of who we are, what we do, what we like, what's the direction we're going, and how can we, as friends, work towards that direction together. You know what I mean? So that's what we got going on. Like I said, I am going to be missing about a week of it, but I am going to make sure the episodes are all good. They're hot. They're ready to go. Um, and it's gonna be a really fun time. I hope that we can get through this month and get to Thanksgiving too. Oh man, if you love, man, I love Thanksgiving. Um, because like I like to eat. um, it's that inner and I guess outer fat boy, ticking along, and is something I definitely feel like letting you guys know about that I'm going to enjoy that. But hopefully by the end of the month and definitely by the end of the year, we are going to find a whole lot more about each other, and it'll be pretty cool. Look at you. Planes need fuel to fly, and I need fuel to fly them. That's basically the only reason I ever land. It's a real man right there. I'm gonna get myself some coffee, drink right alongside you, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna get some. Give me some of that pigeon milk too. Mm-hmm. Delicious. So, a dodo, a pigeon, and a boy walk into a cafe. That's all I got. I don't have a punchline for this joke. Oh, goodness gracious. It's always nice over here being able to see animals outside of their natural habitat. I mean, not like literally, like obviously a pigeon and a dodo bird would actually exist in a cafe in real life, but you guys get what I mean. But yeah, we got a lot of plans going on for the rest of the month and the year for the most part. Um, I'm going to make sure that all the uploads are as well on time as I possibly can. I know I've been kind of coming up short, especially on Sundays. But hey, guess what, guys? I missed last Sunday and ended up uploading it on Monday, and I don't know why. But I'm very appreciative that like 80 plus people decided they really wanted to watch that video. So who knows? Maybe I should be uploading my Sundays on Mondays more often. Probably won't, but just throw it out there. But hey, we got KK here. He's enjoying a little concert going on. He concerned me because like I feel like he's only supposed to be here on like Saturdays, and I'm like, oh wow, but today's Sunday, and I forget that like I record the day before to make sure that everything goes on time. Did I not stop by on Halloween? Man, look at me. I'm so bad at this, guys. Oh goodness. I'm sorry. I get it if you want to. I got interest. I hate interest. Oh my goodness. Hold up. I gotta fix this real quick. 174 should be 826. 826. Okay. Perfect. And now let's deposit another 99,000. Well, not that much. 99,000. And that should put it at 448. Okay, cool. I like it either like because like I like to keep the loan balance correct or as close to it as I can. So like I'll put it in increments of 100,000 or the 48,000. Let's see if we can get on the Nook shopping. Anything new? Ooh. I definitely want this. I don't know how many we can get, but until 11/11, we might need to buy a whole bunch of those. I'm not sure yet. That's what we'll do. We're gonna buy like a whole bunch because we might be able to use them for like things. There we go. Not entirely sure what all we're gonna use them for, but I feel like they can be pretty useful. But oh, another thing I'm gonna try to start doing, guys. I'm gonna try to start doing some. She just got restless. She's like, I'm gonna just get up and start running around here. She's in the pit. She's moshing out. You gonna go find your seat now? Where? What are you doing? Are you leaving? Wow. She's like, yeah, I'm bored. I'm just gonna go run. Bye. Bye, Renee. You. her OCD kicked in super hard right there. She's horsing around. Oh, I quacked myself up. Duck. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. Oh, what I was saying was we're gonna start doing another episode as well, another little mini series, where basically what we're going to start doing is I'm going to start decorating some villager houses on the DLC, and that way we can get some cool little ideas out there, showcase some new stuff. Helps me progress the DLC so I can get to the end game of that portion a little bit quicker, but it also helps get you guys some cool stuff as well. And I think ultimately it'll be really fun overall for both of us. I should probably go sell these things in my pockets too while I'm at it. But it'll, yeah, just kind of like open it up, give us a lot more stuff to do, to engage with. I don't know yet if it will be narrated or not. I do try my best to sell narration as one of my calling cards. Like, maybe you guys enjoy hearing the voice. The classic argument is like, well, if they don't want to hear the voice, they'll just mute the video, right? It's like, yes, I get really smart people, and that's exactly what they'll do. But maybe, I don't know, like maybe it'd just be easier if they didn't have to mute it. You know what I mean? We'll see what it ultimately ends up panning out to be. It's a tough decision to make. I will figure it out. I don't know what day we'll even upload on, but we'll figure it out. Shoot, I'm not even sure, guys. It's hard to say. Like, what day do you put it on? I can put it on a I can put it on a Monday. Not Monday. I could just put it on Monday. Okay, so the days we don't have currently are Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Maybe put it on Saturday, because like it's just going to be an upload, right? Maybe that's what it'll be. Start putting it on Saturdays. Yeah. So maybe next Saturday will be the first one. I don't know. And it gives me time to figure out whether I should narrate it or not. And I'd like a little bit of feedback. If you guys have any answers, please let me know. I don't entirely know for certain what it should be. I might not do feedback. I'll definitely do feedback. I might not do any commentary. I may do some commentary. I don't know entirely yet. I guess the question is like, do you guys, if you were to watch a semi-long form video about me uploading or editing my the villager's house, would you need to hear me narrating it, or would it be perfectly acceptable without the narration? I guess that's ultimately where it comes down to. I personally don't think you might need it. It's definitely going to be more relaxable if I'm not narrating it, but we'll have to kind of see how it ultimately goes. Honestly, guys, I'm kind of shook. I'm divided. I don't know entirely which one to do just yet, but we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll put a poll. I don't know if it'll be successful or not, but we can see. But we'll get it out there and see if we should do narrated videos or not. But in the meantime, you guys know I love you. I care very deeply about you. God bless. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. And until next time, well, hope you have a great week, and toodles!